Andre and Chris, they had a few problems at the end of the match against Pakistan. So can you just update us on how they are and what you've been doing over the last few days? 'Cause it's been quite a big break for you boys, hasn't it, compared to other teams?
Yeah, we've had a few days off. Yeah, they've been recovering quite nicely. Yeah, we expect both of them to hopefully be fit and ready to go tomorrow. We still got some more time to the game tomorrow morning, so then we'll make a final decision in the morning.
Jason, of all your rivalries, like, where do you put this rivalry between West Indies and Australia in your time? And is this the most edge you've seen between the two teams, especially in one-day cricket, since the time you started playing?
It's always been a great rivalry between West Indies and Australia. I think everybody's expecting a really good contest. You know, we're up for the challenge. I think they're up for the challenge as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't really, get too far or get too deep into rivalries, but we expect a really good contest from the Australians.
Jason, a lot of people are rating the West Indies' chances of doing something in this tournament. How big is this game then, this opportunity to, I guess, instill some belief amongst yourselves that you can go on and do something against a big team like Australia?
Yeah, we're just taking it as game by game. Tomorrow's our encounter versus Australia. We've got our hurdle to overcome. I think when we overcome that hurdle, then we'll move deeper into the tournament. But I just don't want to single out teams particularly. I think all teams are evenly matched and well balanced. So it's just a matter of playing good cricket on any given day. And that's our role. We want to execute in all three departments.
Does Pakistan's display against England suggest that your win over them was actually better than many people gave credit for?
No, I don't think so. And as I said, it's a wide open tournament. All 10 teams are capable of lifting the World Cup. That's why we're here. They're the 10 best teams in the world. So I wouldn't get into the games that have been played. I just want to keep moving forward. We've played Pakistan already, and that's a hurdle that we've overcome. We've got Australia tomorrow, and that's our next hurdle, and that's what I want to focus on.
Jason, standing out at square leg, it gives you an impression of just how small this ground is. Do you think you can do some real damage if you get to bat first and let your hitters have their way?
Yeah, when we bat, we just want to execute our batting plans. We've all seen the way the world cricket has gone in the last couple of months, last 2 years per se, and there've been some high totals and there've been some aggressive stroke play. If the pitch is conducive to that, we just want to be as positive as we possibly can be. I think whether we bat first or if we chase, we've got to show intent. Intent is something that we spoke about in dressing room, and it's something we just want to go with, when we go into our innings. So, yeah, I don't want to get too caught up with the conditions, but at the end of the day, we just want the guys to show intent and be fearless.
Just, I guess, following on from that, in that one particularly short boundary, what challenge does that present to you in defending it? And what advantage does it give you though when you've actually got bat in hand with your big hitters?
I made a remark to one or two of the guys. I felt the ground is a little bigger than people think. There's obviously a massive wind factor as well, which tends to play on your mind, and obviously you have to account for it into your plans. Yeah, we've played on a number of grounds with the short side, and this is something that you just gotta cope with. I always back the guys to go with their strengths first. No matter the dimensions of the ground, I think we've just got to narrow in our skills. The ground will be one way for both teams. That's one thing I can guarantee. So, that's just our plans.
Having said that, but Jason, in a tournament where it's neutral grounds, obviously, does the fact you played here a week ago give you some kind of slight advantage, or I guess knowledge going into tomorrow's game?
Yeah, we obviously had one game here before. We bowled 22 overs in the game. We didn't get full allotment, but having said that, we've got a little bit of knowledge about the ground and how the wicket plays. But having said that, there are quite a few strips on this square, so I'm not sure which one we're on tomorrow. I just think it's a situation whether we bat or bowl first. We just need to assess the conditions as early as possible, and then play to suit.
Jason, you don't get to play Australia much over the next 3 years under the sort of new Future Tours program. Is that disappointing, and perhaps a sign that the rivalry between Australia and the West Indies isn't as great as what it was, say, in the 80s and 90s?
I'm not sure. One thing I'm sure of is that's beyond my control. I don't plan the cricket. I just play it. At the end of the day, as I said, tomorrow is a game against Australia, and that's what we're focused on. I'm not caught up with rivalry. I'm not caught up with the past per se. It's just a matter for us to go into tomorrow's game, looking to execute our plans and beat Australia.
Use the short ball.
Sorry.
used the short ball very well against Pakistan. How big of a tactic will it be against Australia?
I guess it all boils down to the conditions. One thing I said in the last press conference is that, we tend to formulate our plans to each batter. If it's a situation where we feel a batsman may be susceptible to the short ball, then we're going to use it. If it's a situation where that's not the case, then we find other alternatives. It's just not stuck on the short ball. I think all the teams so far has used the short ball, and it's just something that is in the game. You've got 2 short balls per over, you might as well use them.
Jason, just following up on Chris Gale and Andre Russell's fitness, do they need to kind of get through training today to be able to play tomorrow? And if they were out, would that be a bit of a disruption?
I think the beauty about both of those guys is that they've played enough cricket. We just tend to trust them, take their word, and then make a final determination then. Chris was at practice for the last couple of days, so Chris, for me, is all well and ready to go. Andre will be obviously assessed today, and we're very, very hopeful that he'll be fit tomorrow.